Now at 8, in what deputies call an intentional act, a driver crashed into a local Chipotle and left the scene. We have a live crew checking it out this morning. Plus,
can't imagine that happening to a child. That's terrible.
Rotting food and feces on the wall. That's what police officers say they found when doing a welfare check at a home in Southeast Portland with 2 kids. There's now a warrant out for their mother. We'll have more on the story coming up in our 8:30 half hour.
These are disruptions to the meeting. This is a warning that if there is continued disruption, you will be ejected.
A city meeting turned heated after Portland City councilors propose a fee impacting detention facilities. Also coming up.
We're here to pick up 30 meals and turkey kits for our families to just help them get through the holiday break this upcoming week.
Yeah, Thanksgiving 1 week from today. So coming up here in our 8 o'clock hour, we'll shine the spotlight on a local organization that's helping families during the holiday season and a brand new donation that's going to help out this year. That story on the way as we kick off the 8 o'clock hour of Sunrise right now.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 8 o'clock. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. We have Rod McGinnis. We have Rod Hill and
That's
Chris.
That's adorable.
Yeah, they're like one and the same. The reason I was thinking about Chris, though, Rod, instead of you, is because Chris has had the heavy lift this morning.
Yeah.
We are going to lead off with Chris one more time here because there are lots of traffic issues to talk about.
Yeah, a lot of crashes this morning. It's just a rough morning commute. Inbound Sunset, got sun glare to deal with there. The I-5 drive from Clark County, really heavy crossing the Columbia River right now. That's 36 to 40 minutes to get you in from Main Street. But the biggest problem that we've been dealing with for more than an hour now is this 84 westbound drive. So we had an injury crash near the I-5 split. Emergency responders are still there. The westbound left lane is still blocked. And this camera, we've been watching it for like an hour, and you can see, I mean, it's stacked up like this and it's looked like that for more than an hour. We're lined up all the way out past 82nd Avenue. So we put all that together, and the drive-in from Troutdale has been bouncing between 55 and 65 minutes for the last little while. If you have the opportunity to take Sandy Boulevard, Rod, I know you've driven along Sandy Boulevard. That's a reasonable alternate route to get you closer to downtown.
Boy, what a rough go, huh? Tell you what, weather-wise, it's pretty much just flat out sunny coming into downtown right now. I am telling you, we still have a scattered shower threat lingering at least this morning. We've had heavy rain nipping near the Columbia River and then especially pushing just north of Astoria up into the Long Beach Ocean Park area. You can see it right there. Showers have been fizzling around Salem. Haven't had anything for hours make it into Portland. Mostly cloudy over our state capital, currently 45 degrees. Well, partly cloudy. As I look out my window, again, we're near Lincoln High School. It's just sunny. So it's a nice start to the day coming into the Rose City. We're at 46 degrees. We'll be 51 at noon. It doesn't look like any shower chance at all this afternoon. Just partly cloudy skies. Low to mid 50s expected. That's your forecast.
Thank you, Ron. The Tualatin Police Department and law enforcement agencies from Clackamas County has just started a traffic enforcement mission to ensure drivers are safe while they're commuting. Multiple traffic officers will be deployed throughout the city to look for dangerous driving behaviors like speeding, distracted driving, and following too closely. The traffic mission will end at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office is investigating after someone drove a car into the Wood Village Chipotle last night. According to deputies, the driver crashed on purpose. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us live from the location with a look at the damage and where the investigation stands. Good morning, Corey.
Good morning, China. Drew, that's right. That crash happened around 7 last night in the 900 block of Northeast Wood Village Drive. Now, this morning, there's still a lot of damage that's very apparent. Crime scene tape blocking off the parking lot to this Chipotle site. And then boarded up glass and boarded up windows rather from where the glass was shattered due to that crash. We asked employees, they came in this morning, some of them, we asked if they plan to reopen today. They said they weren't exactly sure. Now authorities say the driver hit the front of the restaurant on Wednesday night, then backed out and took off. Staff and customers were inside at the time, but thankfully no one was injured. However, several windows are now damaged, which forced the business to close early last night. Deputies say it appears whoever did this did it on purpose, but they're not sure exactly why. This incident is now being investigated as first-degree criminal mischief.
Kind of makes you feel bad because, you know, it's like, what does the world come to, you know? People driving their cars into restaurants, like people just working, people trying to get food.
Multnomah County investigators are now working to identify the driver in this crash. They're using information from community members, but also evidence they say they've gathered here at the scene. They ask anyone with any details to contact them. Drew, China.
All right, Corey Johnson live for us this morning in Wood Village. Meanwhile, there's a warrant out for a Portland woman accused of neglecting her 2 children after she failed to show up for court 2 days in a row. Last Friday, police performed a welfare check at the Southeast Portland apartment of 32-year-old Ruby Godina Velador. Officers described the living conditions as filthy and dangerous, with rotten food in the apartment and feces smeared on the walls. Police also say the woman's 11-year-old autistic son was sitting alone on the couch when they got there, naked. They found the mom in another room and took her into custody. We spoke with a neighbor who lives downstairs.
That's very horrible. You know, I'm a father. My children they're grown, but that's horrible. I never went into her apartment. I didn't know her that well. Can't imagine that happening to a child. That's terrible.
Again, the mother was supposed to appear in court yesterday, but for the 2nd day in a row, she failed to show up.
Washington Governor Bob Ferguson has declared a state of emergency due to a fuel leak that is disrupting the supply of jet fuel to SeaTac Airport. So the leak is on the Olympic pipeline in Everett, and it was discovered last week, leading to the pipeline shutdown. Governor Ferguson is temporarily waiving restrictions on how jet fuel can be transported to make sure that SeaTac has enough for its planes. Governor Ferguson says if the pipeline does not start back up by Saturday, airport operations would be, quote, significantly affected.
Some people are raising concerns about the impact that federal budget cuts could have on tsunami alerts here along the West Coast. NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, recently canceled a $300,000 grant that provided real-time seismic information from the Alaska Earthquake Center. The center says it will now stop providing those live feeds by the end of this month, reducing the amount of information that goes out to tsunami warning centers. Washington Senator Maria Cantwell went on the record already saying that any delay in tsunami alerts could put coastal communities at risk.
TriMet says it's eliminating 68 positions as it deals with budget issues. More than half of those positions were vacant, though 26 employees were also laid off. TriMet says no union employees lost their jobs, but some were transferred to a different position if their current job was eliminated. For years, Oregon students have struggled in the classroom and rank among the lowest nationwide in reading and math.
One of the biggest problems is kids simply not showing up for school, not going at all. We have some new numbers, though, this morning that share how attendance fared last year. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz breaking it all down for us. So, Thomas, what do the numbers look like?
Well, guys, got to be honest, numbers like usual in the past few years have not been good. A third of Oregon students are not attending school at the rate that they need to. Those are actually better numbers than the past few years, though. And look, this is a problem all across the country, nationally, since the pandemic. Schools are just struggling to get kids back into seats in the classroom. A kid is chronically absent when they miss 10% of school or more. The more school they miss, of course, the more likely they are to fall behind their peers. Last year, again, more than a third of students statewide were chronically absent. That means hundreds of thousands of students across Oregon just aren't going to school as much as they need to. Before the pandemic, those numbers were a lot better. 80% of kids were regular attendees. Recently, Oregon has strayed away from penalizing parents if their kids aren't showing up enough. Oregon Department of Education Director Dr. Charlene Williams says they also don't have any plans right now to add punishments like truancy court. That's something other states have used, something Oregon has used in the past. Instead, Oregon is looking to see what logistical changes they can make, see if there's transportation support they can add or after-school care to make those kids get them back in class.
Is it fair to penalize them potentially if there are systems we can help put in place? And so it's a complex topic that we need to continue to wrestle with.
So look, yeah, it's a complex topic. There's a lot of factors here that, as Williams says, they continue to wrestle with. The thing is, though, they really haven't seen much good positive results over the past 4 years coming out of the pandemic. Once again, these numbers are slightly better, very, very slightly better than they were a year ago. Still not anywhere close to where Oregon schools would like them to be. Drew, China.
All right, Thomas Schultz reporting live for us this morning. Thank you, Thomas. All right, your time now is 8:09. The roads have been not great, so let's take a look at them now, Chris.
Yeah, a number of slow spots remaining out there. You can see the sun glare also. The I-5 drive, that's up in Clark County. We'll check that out in a second here. You're one that jumps off the map, though, is the trip in from Troutdale, right? 71 minutes now on I-84. So the problem is this crash westbound out near I-5. It's been there for more than an hour. You can still see emergency responders have that westbound left lane blocked, and traffic is stacked up solidly, and we mean like moving along at 10 miles an hour all the way in from basically the Gateway District. So if you have the opportunity, Sandy Boulevard might save you a few minutes. There's the I-5 drive from Clark County. That's not great. That's the lineup up near Main Street, so that's running a little extra thick. Still 33 minutes to get you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Rod?
All right, Chris, thanks for that update. Been watching rain just hammer the Long Beach Peninsula this morning. Here's Long Beach, there's Ocean Park. Heavy rain has been moving in. It's been holding for the most part just out to sea from you folks in Astoria and Seaside and Long Beach. But there you can see it. Outside of that, there are a few scattered brief showers around, but really we're mainly dry, and we're seeing increasing sun in more spots than not. Here's a lot of cloudiness looking to the west from the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club in Loa, but there are some breaks in the cloud cover. 46 is the temperature. Other numbers out the door, pretty much all in the 40s on this map. Sandy's at 40, and so is Tigard. Downtown Portland, we're at 45 degrees. 44 is the number out in Dallas, and 43 down in Albany. Remember, we've been in the 30s with frosty spots the last couple mornings, so a lot warmer as you step outside to start your Thursday. A lingering shower threat at this hour, but this afternoon mainly is partly cloudy and dry and really nice out. Low to mid 50s west side, and we'll see 40s scattered about on the east side, and that is your update for now.
Thank you, Rod. Coming up on Sunrise, President Donald Trump signs a bill releasing Jeffrey Epstein's files, but even with the signature, there will be some exceptions to what the Justice Department turns over. We'll explain. Plus, family of one of the victims killed by Brian Kohberger is now seeking accountability from a Washington university. We have more on that legal action after the break.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Welcome back. The family of Kaylee Gonzalez, one of the 4 University of Idaho students murdered 3 years ago this month, is planning to sue Washington State University. Their killer, Brian Kohberger, was working on a PhD in criminology at Washington State at the time of their murders. Earlier this year, it came out that WSU students and faculty had expressed concerns about Kohberger's behavior. The Gonzalez family says they're looking for accountability from the university to ensure that no other family endures this same tragedy. Washington State's president, meanwhile, says that the university cannot comment at this time, but extended her condolences and says that she stands with all who are mourning.
Portland now has a ban on software that some leaders insist was driving up rent. Last night, city councilors voted to approve a new ordinance that prohibits property owners from using algorithms to set rent prices. Those programs collect data from other landlords in order to suggest pricing. Oregon also just reached a $7 million settlement with the nation's largest landlord, Greystar, which was accused of using these types of tools to collude and raise rents.
All right, man, the busiest man of the morning has been Chris McGinnis. Lots of traffic to cover. Some of the drive times have been absolutely outrageous in parts of town. So, Chris, what's the latest for us?
Well, that one wasn't so bad, but yeah, there are several that, especially this one, right? So what we're looking at here is Interstate 84. That's the new Bike Blumenauer Bridge, by the way, just east of I-5. That inbound left lane has been blocked for something like an hour and a half, and traffic, as we've been watching all morning long, is all kinds of stacked up. The drive time has been bouncing around a little bit, anywhere from 55 to 70 minutes to get you in from Troutdale. So a really, really rough commute there. And again, it's pretty solid. Like we say, oh, 84 is backed up. No, it's really backed up and parked this morning. So if you have the opportunity to maybe use Sandy Boulevard to get you closer into town, you might save yourself some time there. I-5 out of Clark County, not great. We've had earlier issues on the interstate bridge. They're long gone, but the drive has been slow from that side of the river all morning as well. 36 minutes gets you in from Main Street. And the trip out of Marion County, Rod, we had some earlier trouble near the Boone Bridge. Happy to say that's out of the way, but we're still running a little thick into Wilsonville.
Just a crazy morning. Thanks for Chris gives you so much information. Thank you, sir. We have blue skies over the mountain this morning, and that is new snow. It's just an inch. We started with nothing, and now we have an inch, and we're probably not going to get any more. And it's probably going to melt later today, tomorrow. So this continues to be a troubling story, how slow we're getting out the gate with our snowpack. Not a fun comparison, interesting comparison. That's what I'm looking for. A year ago, remember, Timberline Meadows, even Ski Bowl, totally open for business. A year ago, Timberline said, hey, we got 49 inches on the ground. We've had a total of 90 inches come and go since the 1st of October, really. Meadows had a 42-inch base. They've had 72 come and go. That was last year. This year, I know there's an inch that's fallen since I made this graphic, but basically double zeros for a base. Timberline has had 54 inches come and go so far, going back to October 1. Meadows has only had 19 inches compared to 72 a year ago. And part of the problem this time around has been this really warm November. I just calculated this morning the November temperatures for Portland are running at a clip of 4 degrees Fahrenheit above normal through the first 19 days of the month. In terms of climate, if you're 4 degrees above the pace, that's really considered impressive. 4 degrees. Been a warm month. All right, we've got scattered showers showing up. Oh, the only spot that's getting soaked, and I did find the weather station. You folks in Ocean Park, you've picked up 7/10 of an inch of rain since midnight. And you're still getting hammered with these heavy showers. Sometimes you find this, they just keep channeling into the same spot. Outside of that, we're really pretty quiet, and most of us are just looking at increasing sun. So our live camera from the Wells Fargo building downtown Portland, there you see it, 46 degrees is the number. Remember the last couple starts, we were flirting with freezing in some spots. So thanks to the rain we had last night and the mix of cloudiness, it's much warmer. Mid-40s, Eugene, Salem, Portland, Kelso. In fact, you are at 48 degrees this morning. A reminder that the Weather Service has a warning out for sneaker waves starting tomorrow and going Saturday and Sunday. For today, it should be a lovely afternoon with any rain chance gone. And you folks should be dry by the noon hour as well up in the Long Beach Peninsula where we just saw the radar. Here's the valley forecast, trying to get up into the mid-50s. Lingering showers. Most of us probably have seen the final raindrop of the day, so becoming partly cloudy. Tomorrow's dry, Saturday's dry. Here's the big forecast change. A front that was coming in on Monday says, no, I got some gas behind me. I'm moving along. It's going to be here Sunday. That means we'll see developing rain Sunday morning. That's your update.
Thank you, Rod. Coming up here in the Sunrise Show, we've had a lot of traffic problems this morning, but none have looked like this.
But I'll be candid with you, there's a cow running loose on the highway.
Yeah, no cows on our highway. Thank you, Rodney, for the audio effects. We are going to share this story, though, of a cow that shut down all lanes of an Ohio highway. We'll have that for you right after this.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
President Trump put his signature on the Epstein Transparency Act, the bill that forces the U.S. Justice Department to release unclassified documents related to Jeffrey Epstein.
But even with the president's signature, the Department of Justice will still withhold some of those files. NBC's Alice Barr explains.
President Trump overnight announcing he has signed a long-awaited bill into law, forcing the Justice Department to release its files on the late, notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, after near unanimous approval from Congress. It's a moment many, including survivors of Epstein's abuse, have been pushing for years. But there will be exceptions to what the Justice Department turns over within 30 days from now.
We will continue to follow the law with maximum transparency while protecting victims.
The Attorney General can redact files to protect victims' privacy and withhold information that would jeopardize an active federal investigation. President Trump just asked the Justice Department to open probes into high-profile Democrats linked to Epstein, prompting Democratic leaders to question if those new inquiries will hinder the wider release.
No hiding, no game playing, no covering up.
Attorney General Pam Bondi noting her office has already made thousands of documents public, saying that will continue.
We have released over 33,000 Epstein documents to the Hill.
The DOJ said this summer it did not uncover evidence that warranted charges against anyone else. The Attorney General now saying new information has come forward. She didn't specify what, but it could include material from Epstein's estate, subpoenaed through a House oversight investigation that Republicans have long pointed to.
All of us were always for maximum transparency.
Lawmakers and survivors now promising to keep the pressure up to see the full release. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Let's get to some other national headlines here with your Morning Rush. Former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers addressed students this week about his statement of regret over his communications with Jeffrey Epstein. A clip of his address to students was posted to TikTok. You see it right here. Summers is also a past president at Harvard University and has been under scrutiny since the release of some of the Epstein documents. He stepped aside from his teaching role at Harvard while the school investigates his ties to the convicted sex offender. New emails show Summers and Epstein were in contact in July of 2019, just one day before Epstein's arrest. Former Vice President Dick Cheney will be laid to rest today. The 84-year-old died this month after battling pneumonia, along with cardiac and vascular disease. Cheney served as VP under President George W. Bush between 2001 and 2009. More than 1,000 guests are expected to attend today's funeral, including former President Joe Biden. Authorities are now offering a $15 million reward for any tip that could capture former Olympian Ryan Wedding. The former snowboarder is facing new federal charges that accuse him of ordering the murder of a federal witness in Colombia. That witness testified on Wedding's role running a massive international drug ring. Wedding is now on the FBI's 10 most wanted list. The Federal Reserve is signaling that it may not cut interest rates again next month. Newly released info shows many Fed officials oppose a December rate cut. The Fed did lower rates last month to help a slowing job market, but markets expect rates to hold steady here, with futures showing about a 68% chance of no change. And that's a look at your morning rush.
Hey, just letting you guys know, hopefully we get it open up very soon, but I'll be candid with you, there's a cow running loose on the highway. There's a cow running loose in the middle of the highway.
Yeah, so not your usual police chase on the highway. On Monday, a 1,200-pound brown cow escaped from its owner's trailer on Ohio Highway. Police say had to shut down all lanes for several hours. The cow eventually returned to the trailer after police lured it in with a lasso and a bag of grain. The cow is now back home at a farm in West Virginia. Ahead at 8:30, Leaf Day starts in some parts of Portland, where if you don't move your car, you can get it towed. We'll have a look at the areas impacted, plus free absent.
These are disruptions to the meeting. This is a warning that if there is continued disruption, you will be ejected.
Outbursts at a city council meeting last night after discussions over detention facilities impact fee. We will explain what that is and its impact in just a couple of minutes.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Good morning, I'm China Green. New data shows that while more students in Oregon are regularly attending school than in the past few years, those numbers are still way below pre-pandemic levels. Last year, more than a third of students statewide were chronically absent. The Oregon Department of Education is now looking into whether transportation support or after-school care would help more kids go to school on a regular basis. Headed over to Rod Hill for a look at weather.
We have ourselves a wet bullseye. And you folks up in Ocean Park and Long Beach, the A gauge up at Ocean Park shows over 7/10 of an inch of rain just since midnight. You still have showers lining up to hit you. Other than that, it's been really pretty quiet this morning. For most of us, the shower threat has ended. We have partly cloudy skies looking from the springs at the waterfront in Vancouver, 46 degrees. Similar partly cloudy sky looking at downtown Portland from the Rose City camera. We'll be 51 degrees at noon. Any lingering shower threat pretty much ending at that time. Then all dry with a nice afternoon expected. Low to mid 50s. We'll be dry Friday and Saturday, but we now have rain in the forecast on Sunday.
We start the 8:30 half hour of Sunrise with a story we've been sitting on for 3.5 hours.
It's a good one.
Haven't talked about this one yet this morning.
What is happening?
I'm going to tell you. A couple.
I do.
This is all about a couple finding love in the swimming pool, China.
All right.
82-year-old Edward, 78-year-old Marlene. Apparently they met each other at a YMCA class in Illinois. The script in front of me reads, after some playful splashing, I think it's called flirting outside of the pool, but in the pool it's called playful splashing.
All right.
It says they realized how much they liked each other, so they decided to tie the knot in the very same pool where this romance began. And there you go.
I wonder how their finances are because they're starting off their marriage underwater.
Oh my God, you just came up
Ooh,
with that.
there you go. Yeah.
Genius. Wow.
My mind went
Throw you
to
like
be
crap,
careful
Rod.
what you look for in the pool. You know what I mean? They were looking for love, but anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know what you're going to find in that swimming pool sometimes, I guess. That story, if that story is delivered by probably 99% of the other newscasts in America, there's a lot of, oh, how sweet. We're just making financial jokes. You're talking about finding weird things in the pool. Welcome to the Sunrise Show, 8:30 half hour. Here we go.
We're more fun.
All right, who's doing what? I don't know. Who's
You're
going
doing the
first?
weather. Oh.
No,
Traffic.
Chris is going first.
Oh,
Chris is
actually,
going
yes.
first.
I got to be the Debbie Downer here and talk about how it's been a rough morning drive. So that's what we're going to start off talking about. The I-84 commute leads the way with trouble on the Banfield. So we've had a wreck near the I-5 split. It's been, the cleanup has been here ongoing for quite a while. It looks like, ODOT incident responder is still there. And westbound 84 is moving a little bit better, but I mean, this is moving better than it was. So you get the idea. It's not moving really that well right now. You're tripping from Troutdale at last check. It's still averaging about 62 to 65 minutes. Elsewhere, the trip from Wilsonville, more than 40 minutes coming in on the Sunset. You got the sun right in your eyes. I know, that's a rough life. 30 minutes to get you in from Hillsborough right now, Rod.
Good grief, it's going to be lunchtime before some of those people get to work. All right, we've got showers out there scattered about. We've had heavy rain just missing Astoria and going up into the Long Beach Peninsula. Good morning to you folks. Otherwise, we're really pretty quiet. Portland's been dry for coming on 5 hours at this point. Few light raindrops flirting with the Salem area, but it's been mainly dry here as well. Our state capital live for you, 45 is the temperature. Partly cloudy in downtown Portland. We're at 46. And after the rain we got last night, PDX picked up just shy of 2/10. Moving forward, the lingering scattered shower threat at the latest goes into the noon hour, but it's looking like a lot of us have probably seen the end of any rain. So we'll be partly cloudy, low to mid 50s this afternoon here in the valley. At 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock temperatures, low 50s it shows in Salem and Albany, 52 in Tillamook. Mainly dry out east. Could be some lingering scattered showers over the Blues later today. The Grand 43 shows Bend 44 degrees. Now, on the 7-day forecast, the big change is a front that was going to hold off until Monday. Now looks like it comes in on Sunday. There are the raindrops. So showers ending mainly this morning. A lot of us already dry for the day, 54. Tomorrow fog to sun, 52. Saturday looks dry, and then the rain developing as early as Sunday morning. Scattered showers to linger after that. And then right now, current timing would give us a dry Tuesday and some showers on Wednesday, and maybe we can slip in a dry Thanksgiving Day, and that is your update.
All right, thank you for that, Rod. Would you agree with me, China, with the city council meeting video we're about to see is some of the wildest we've ever seen from city council?
This is going to be the fourth time, and I take out my earpiece every time.
Yeah, so okay, here's what we're talking about. Tensions flaring last night at a Portland City Council meeting as councilors discussed a policy that's aimed at the city's ICE facility.
So more specifically here, it's an idea that would charge more for permits for detention centers like the ICE facility. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz takes a look.
Well, attendees at the meeting had a whole lot to say as Portland City Councilors discussed the idea of hitting detention centers with fees. Now, while it wasn't specifically named, this whole idea spurs around the ICE facility in South Portland. Revenue would be used to counteract unique costs of the facility. In the proposal, counselors say Portland police have spent around $300,000 this year in operations near the building. The amendment claims pollutants like chemical residue from things like pepper spray have run into the water. People had strong reactions to this city council proposal. Some wanted to go into effect immediately. Others say it's pointless.
We need to make sure that we do all we can to promote the reason for trusting government, and this is one first step. I want you all to vote yes.
Why can't this council seem to come up with anything other than lip service and platitudes? No lip service, no platitudes! Action, action! We want action!
Now, the city council did not vote on the ordinance, though did approve an amendment from Councilor Murillo. Still, all the while, there was a lot of pushback, as you just heard there, as some in attendance called for a recall of the city council.
These are disruptions to the meeting. This is a warning that if there is continued disruption, you will be ejected. Can we please eject the individual screaming in the back of the room?
The meeting continued to stall as people in attendance called for ICE out of Portland and pushed to have the permit for the ICE building revoked as well. In the end, no decision was made. A final decision on an ordinance will come at the next city council meeting. In downtown Portland, Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
Meantime, a Portland man has pleaded guilty to arson at the South Waterfront ICE building. Federal prosecutors say in June, Trenton Barker and others built a barricade in front of the facility's gate, lit a flare, and threw it onto the pile. Barker faces up to 20 years in prison and is scheduled to be sentenced in March.
Half of the 200 Oregon National Guard members mobilized by President Trump last month are still in limbo after a new court ruling. Last night, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals issued an order that allows the federal government to keep control of the Guard. Northern Command had already downsized, sending 100 of those Oregon Guard members to Texas to demobilize. That could take about a week. There's no word on how long the Pentagon plans to keep the other 100 Guard members ready to go. A federal judge did permanently block the president from deploying the Guard to Portland's ICE facility, with the Ninth Circuit Court set to hear an appeal on that sometime next year. A new task force has been set up to stop burglaries that have plagued Portland area businesses. This task force is going to bring together Multnomah County prosecutors, law enforcement, and local business owners. The city of Portland alone has experienced about 3,200 burglaries over the past year. We spoke to the owner of Mercantile Portland, who says they've been hit several times. The worst theft for them came back in 2020.
Over a dozen people came into our store and took merchandise and destroyed things for a total cost of $815,000. We have bars on our windows now. We have bars on our door. We have a doorbell that our customers ring to get into the store.
This new task force will hold regular meetings to coordinate on specific cases and to share investigative strategies.
Police in Gresham found the puppy they say was stolen during a robbery on Monday night. The owner of this 9-month-old German Shepherd mix says 4 people attacked him and took the dog. While police say the dog is safe, they're not releasing any other details about how she was found, saying that the case is still under investigation. All right, listen up. If you live or work in Northwest Portland, Goose Hollow, or Sullivan's Gulch, you could wake up to find your vehicle gone if you leave it parked in the road on street cleaning day.
Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson has more on what we're calling a Leaf Day warning.
Well, it's the first week of towing in 10 zones, and the fees if you leave your car out and violate those temporary no parking zones can add up rather quickly. Taking a look at the numbers first, it's an $85 citation for violating a temporary no parking zone. Then on top of that, the municipal tow fee is $294, and the price can swing even higher for larger vehicles. Additionally, funding from the City Council is also allowing PBOT to expand Leaf Day service this year. New zones were added in each of the 4 City Council districts. Transportation leaders say leaves falling onto the streets and can end up clogging storm drains, which lead to flooding. So the service is important.
Thanks to funding from the City Council and Mayor Wilson, we're providing this specialized Leaf Day service in 80 zones. So up from about 70,000 addresses to 100,000 addresses are getting Leaf Day service this year.
And you can go to portland.gov/Leaf Day in order to receive text and email reminders to move your car out if you're living in one of those areas that have the tow zones. Back to you.
All right, from Leaf Day, we go to busy traffic day. I think things have gotten better in some spots, Chris, but man, you have been busy.
We've whittled down the trouble spots to just one remaining, but it's still a big one, and it's the I-84 commute. So it looks like we have finally cleared those emergency responders from 84 westbound at the I-5 split. They've been there for almost 2 hours, but here's the lineup. That's 82nd Avenue. That's out near 122nd, right? So the total drive coming in from Troutdale right now is still north of 60 minutes to get you in from Marine Drive. If you have a chance, maybe use Sandy Boulevard instead. That could save you a little bit of time. Obviously, a lot of folks are probably doing that as well. The drive from Wilsonville, not great either. 45 minutes now to get you from Wilsonville Road. I want to take you down there as well because we did have some earlier trouble. Well, we'll show you that in a minute. It's also running slow, about 40 minutes or so on the I-5 commute to get you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Still ahead here on the Sunrise Show, we're going to talk about the opportunity to help out this holiday season. We're talking about a local nonprofit that for years has been helping to put families in a better place for the Thanksgiving holiday, and a local donation that's really helping with that effort this year. The Sunrise Show continues after this.
Hey, you know how we do it. Our team is always testing tons of products. We get rid of the rejects, only show you the best ones, and that's why I want to show you this thing today. It's the Tire Hero Portable Tire Inflator. Let me shut this off for a second. Literally true story, 2 weeks ago, I got stuck on the side of the road, glass in the tire. I barely made it to the gas station. Almost cost me hundreds of dollars to tow. So you need one of these anyway. The reason I think this is one of the best on the market is for this reason. Come on, and let me show you. So let's say you don't know the PSI of your car, you don't know what it's supposed to be, or if you want to inflate a ball, it does it for you. So you see the little car icon right there? You can flip through these. Okay, I want to do my car. No, I want to do my motorcycle, little motorcycle icon. I want to do my bicycle tire, or I want to do a soccer ball or an exercise ball. I just blew these up. The other cool thing about this is this. Come on and look at this. It's got the USB adapters here. It acts as a portable battery charger, so you can charge your tablet, you can charge your phone. It also comes with all these different nozzles for kind of anything you would have. It's small enough to literally, I mean, it's a pretty packed glove compartment, right? Look at that. It still fits. Nice and easy. Got a great deal for you on this today. And by the way, you want one of these anyway. You want this anyway because you can save $60 a year for properly inflated tires. So why wouldn't you? Get this one though, because I think it's the best on the market. $69.99 normally. Got a deal for you today. 20% off down to $55.99. Scan the QR code on the screen right now or go to shoptvdeals.com.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Let's dive into the KGW Great Toy Drive Toy Box, shall we? Here we go. A live look this morning at the toy box. It's starting to fill up now because of your donations, but we're always looking for more. There's an easy way to give. It's by going online and making a cash donation. So check out kgw.com/toy. That's where you can donate cash and let us do the toy shopping for you. You can also help out this week by making that cash donation because Ziply Fiber is matching donations. Ziply Fiber is donating a portion of all new internet installations to the drive. We have a big thanks to Ziply this year. And also a reminder that this weekend we're collecting toys at the Hollywood Fred Meyer in Northeast Portland. Our Toy Drive team will be out there collecting your donations on Saturday between 11 and 2. Local Lift is a new KGW series that highlights local nonprofits that make a difference in hunger relief, housing security, and children's health.
So I took a look at how one local credit union is helping make sure families in need have a Thanksgiving meal. Check it out. Volunteers are spending countless hours packing thousands of holiday meal kits for local families.
We have a team of volunteers that are packing frozen turkey kits, which is essentially sides like stuffing and mashed potatoes, which are going to be paired with 2,750 dry boxes of food with things like cranberry stuffing and produce.
And this holiday season, Rivermark is making a big impact on Portland families in need. The financial services company has committed $150,000 over 3 years to support the Sunshine Division's Thanksgiving meal delivery program.
At Rivermark, we are a financial cooperative, and we are here to serve our communities. Our members are our communities, and by extension, all of the folks that benefit through Sunshine Division are our community.
Rivermark says the investment is about more than dollars. It's about empowering the community, ensuring children's well-being, and helping families facing food insecurity.
I'm here with my assistant principal, Miss Murphy, and we're here to pick up 30 meals and turkey kits for our families to just help them get through the holiday break this upcoming week.
For the Sunshine Division, this partnership means more resources to reach the thousands of people who rely on free food assistance, from pantries to home delivery. And for the families receiving these meals, the impact is immediate.
We're doing the right thing because we need to, because we have to. And so to be a part of that, it's a blessing, but it's also, it's a big responsibility, and we take it seriously.
Thanks to Rivermark and Sunshine Division, many will have a warm, full Thanksgiving table this year. And the effort is just one example of how community and businesses can come together to fight hunger.
All right, great work by China Green there, sharing that story for us this morning. Look at this guy now, sharing the weather story from up top of the KGW building on the roof, the weather deck. What do you have there, Rod?
It's nice outside. I mean, I stepped outside and I was like, whoa, this is great to be outdoors. We're on the weather deck, as Drew mentioned, brought to you by Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking. Looking around, it's kind of partly cloudy skies, all directions, not much breeze out here. The ground's wet from what was about 2/10 of an inch of rain that fell last night. Let's check out those rain totals. And if anything, this weak system, I feel like it kind of overproduced, meaning generally we got more than what the modeling was indicating we would. I mean, it was a weak system, but Newport 4/10. Let's go ahead and hit the button and go up into Washington. Notice Astoria is not reporting, but Ocean Park, 7/10 of an inch of rain just since midnight. That's an area that's seen a lot of heavy showers tracking up into the region. Less than 1/10 of an inch for you folks up in Kelso, Longview. Here's that satellite radar. You can see cloudiness scattered about, or areas of it pushing across our two states, and still in green some shower activity, but not much. I think I've got a closer look at Doppler radar. Here is the shower activity that's been hitting that Long Beach area and up into Ocean Park, generally staying offshore from Astoria and Seaside. Outside of that, while there are a few brief showers around the area, we are mainly dry. Lincoln City reporting a raindrop in the past 30 minutes, 48. There's the temperature there, mostly cloudy skies from Chinook Winds Casino Resort in Lincoln City. There's a cool look at some shallow fog in the cloud deck over the Mount Hood Oregon Resort. That's up in the Cascades at 1,500 feet. And here is downtown Portland from the Wells Fargo building. We've been dry for about 5+ hours now. 46 is the number. I mentioned we're getting some good sunshine. The airport also reporting that same observation. 48 for you up in Kelso. Salem's at 45, Bend 37, Baker City, good morning, 41. Everybody's above freezing. So it is definitely noticeably warmer out the door than the last couple of starts. Again, when I stepped outside and the sun hit me in the face, I was like, whoa, it's nice outside. All right, the coast, low to mid 50s, similar to the valley today. Any rain chance lingering this morning should be out of here going into the afternoon, and then it's just a partly cloudy, pleasant day. Salem getting up to about 54 degrees. And here's a look at our 7-day forecast. We do have a big change here, and the change is Sunday. So today, a nice afternoon, 54. We're dry tomorrow, 52, fog to sun. Partly sunny, maybe we cloud over Saturday, but looks to be dry. The changes, a front that was holding out until Monday now comes in on Sunday. So that's developing rain potentially during the morning hours on Sunday. Some of the modeling gives us somewhere between 1/4 and as much as 4/10 of an inch of rain on Sunday. Scattered showers lingering on Monday, and then it looks like we sandwich in a dry day on Tuesday. It is birthday time. Hey, our party starts with a big Harry Potter fan. That's River, 11 today. I'm told to congratulate River on being sorted into the Gryffindor. And then I'm further told that the Gryffindor is the house that Harry Potter lives in. So that's kind of cool. All right, here's one more birthday we have this morning. Celebrating 18 years old now is Trenton. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have a really fun day today. And that's our list. Birthdays at KGW.com. And we will celebrate with you. I mean, Chris, I know the traffic's been a mess, but the weather's really nice here in downtown.
Well, then we can't blame you for that, can we? All right, so a little bit of good news here. The I-84 trouble is getting better here. Earlier crash that was there for about 2 hours with all the incident response and whatnot, and now the cleanup. It looks like that's cleared, right? This is westbound near I-84, or excuse me, near I-5. That's out of the way, but the lineup is still really, really thick out past 82nd Avenue, so you need some extra time there for sure still, with a drive time of about 63 minutes to get you in from Troutdale. I-5 from Wilsonville not great at about 40 minutes. And our latest trouble spot, now it looks like we've got a fender bender down in the Gladstone area on 205 southbound. I don't see it on camera, but there's a pretty thick lineup here of traffic down from Clackamas to Oregon City. You're moving along there at about 8 miles an hour. So if you're about to hit the roads now, just plan a few extra minutes more than usual to get you from Clackamas south to West Lynn. We'll be right back.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
In a wrap of our top stories this morning, Governor Tina Kotek has signed the Community Safety Firearms Act into law, banning rapid fire devices like bump stocks and forced reset triggers. The law also creates new penalties for possessing, transporting, or manufacturing the devices, and lets local governments and school boards restrict guns in certain public settings. New data shows that while more students in Oregon are regularly attending school than in the past few years, those numbers are still way below pre-pandemic levels. Last year, more than a third of students statewide were chronically absent. The Oregon Department of Education is now looking into whether transportation support or after-school care would help more kids come to school on a regular basis. And today is Leaf Day for parts of Portland, so if you haven't moved your car out of marked Leaf Day zones, PBOT says you will get towed. Today, PBOT will be clearing leaves in northwest Portland, the Pearl District, and areas around Rose City Park. For more information on when other parts of Portland will be cleared, head to portland.gov.
All right, it's been a rough morning on the roads. We'll take you to the latest slow spot south of Clackamas on I-205. Little fender bender action near Gladstone. I don't see it on camera, but that's about an 8 to 10 mile an hour commute right now from Clackamas all the way to Westland. So you need extra time there. Also, what's been a terrible drive, the Banfield. We'll go ahead and show you that here. We're still really, really thick out past 82nd Avenue because of some earlier trouble near I-5, like thick to the tune of 60 minutes in from Troutdale to the I-5 split.
Man, weather-wise, well, I was just up on the deck. It's nice. It's partly cloudy in downtown Portland. Sun feels good. We're in the 40s. Any showers will pretty much wind down this morning, and there's not that many out there. And we have a high today of 54 degrees.
All right, one final story here on the Sunrise Show this morning. It is grand opening day at the newly renovated Portland Art Museum. The expansion effort adds nearly 100,000 square feet, connecting the museum's existing buildings while also creating some new gallery space. You can visit for free today. Did you hear that, Rod Hill?
Free.
He likes free, this man does. You can visit for free today through Sunday, as a matter of fact. Go to portlandartmuseum.org for more information on this weekend's activities.
Yeah, we have a nice art museum, by the way. Highly recommend it. If you've never been, you should check it out. I think especially for a city this size, it's really a nice museum.
When you first said we...
I thought he was talking about his house.
So did I.
I was like,
Yes,
because that's something Ron would
yes,
do.
It's a secret passage from our bedroom into the art gallery.
But no, the one downtown, just a few blocks from our station, is a very nice art museum. There you go, gang. That's it for the Sunrise Show on a Thursday. Ooh, that means tomorrow's Friday, baby.
Ooh.
Looking forward to the Friday edition of the Sunrise Show. We'll see you then.